Hi there, I'm Janet. Welcome to this lesson. We are going to tackle an essay from Blossoms of the Savannah by Henry Oleculet. Betrayal causes pain and strain in the family. Using illustrations from Henry Oleculet's Blossoms of the Savannah, write an essay to validate this statement. Our introduction. Good families are built on trust and love. When we fail or desert our family members, we cause them untold grief. In Blossoms of the Savannah, Tayo and Resian suffer when their parents betray them. Olekailo betrays his daughter Resian when he irrationally mistreats her for no apparent reason, causing her untold grief. He fails his daughter because he detests her right from birth. He feels cheated by nature since he had prayed for at least 3 boys, but as fate would have it, ends up with 2 girls. Olekailo loves his first daughter, Tayo, but hates her younger sister, Resian. He was utterly disappointed when she turned out to be a girl when he prayed for a healthy baby boy to carry the Kailos name to the next generation. He is angered by her body size and intends to dispose of her as soon as possible. Resian feels betrayed since her father intimidates her and her mother fails to protect her from the provocations. Her only reprieve is Tayo, who gives her a shoulder to cry on. The girls enjoy their father's absence more than his company. We are told Resian wonders why her father despises her so much but does not hate Tayo. She ponders whether it was her fault. Her father wants her to marry a shady crook named Oloisudori by force. She argues that if her father respected her, he would have listened when she said she disliked Oloisudori. Resian knows that her father hates her, but is shocked that he could go as far as selling her. This betrayal causes Resian misery since she was a child, and she grows up to be bewildered and resentful. She even thinks there is a curse for being born a woman. Her nature is darkened with melancholy. The frequent tongue lashing and harshly impatient nature from her father towards her contribute to her tempestuous disposition. She is haunted by nagging complaints and never-ending unhappiness. Sometimes she sits alone in the biting cold, brooding over her father's inexplicable hateful nature. Her sadness is compounded by the fact that he intends to forcibly marry her off to a monster she hates in order for her business venture to thrive. The pain pushes her to age until she contemplates drowning herself in Nasila River in pursuit of peace. Surely, when a father hates his own daughter this much, the result, needless to say, is untold suffering. Go and read further on page 9 to 10, page 34, page 172 to 173, page 205 and 210. Mama Milanoi betrays both Resian and Tayo when she chooses to remain indifferent and aloof to her own daughters, causing them pain. At first, she has a strange premonition since her daughters are uncircumcised, yet the culture demands otherwise. She is thrown into a conundrum of either forcing the girls to undergo female genital mutilation and losing their faith, love, and confidence, or refusing to yield to tradition at the risk of being labeled a pariah. Instead of fighting to protect her daughters when their father plans to circumcise them, she bows to pressure and foolishly asserts that culture is everything and it rules their lives. Now that female genital mutilation had reared its ugly head, she knows that it was going to wreak havoc in the innocent girls' young lives. She also knows that her daughters do not expect their own parents to subject them to the excruciating pain and turmoil of female genital mutilation. It would be mental torture for them. However, she remains aloof and selfish simply to protect her position as a dutiful wife. She concurs with Yeyo Botor that Resian as all kwenyi, which can be cured through female genital mutilation. She knows that female genital mutilation would terribly hurt the girls, but she fails to protect them. She kept lying to the girls and reassuring them that nothing was in the offing as they prepared to circumcise them. She laughs with her husband and Oloisudori as they discuss Resian's fate, but a feeling of betrayal lingers in her heart. Mama Milanoi fails Resian and Tayo since she abandons them at the time of need. Tayo and Resian are angry at their mother and term her as an example of a wife they never wanted to be. She had been held captive by her husband and could not express her own opinion, unlike Nabaru and Minik Enekoitoi. Resian is forced to run away from home through harrowing journey, but Tayo pays the ultimate price when she undergoes the excruciating pain of female genital mutilation. Surely, when a mother fails to protect her daughters, they suffer. Go read further from these pages written on this page. Mama Milanoi tricks her daughter Tayo into circumcision, causing her pain and regret. She calls Tayo to greet three women visitors from a village called Esoit. They say Resian and sought refuge there after running away from home. They need Tayo to accompany them since Resian was on hunger strike and had not eaten anything for 3 days. They claim they pitied Resian and claimed she had mentioned Tayo who could persuade her to eat and save her life. Since Tayo is caring and knows Resian depends on her for protection, she buys the story. She is happy since her mother assures her that their father had vowed never to marry them by force to any man. This is the height of deceit and betrayal from a mother. At Esoit, there is no sign of Resian. Tayo is abandoned in a dingy hut, and at dawn she is dragged out, drenched with 20 liters of cold water, wrestled to the ground, and forcibly circumcised. Her screams of terror and pain fall on deaf ears. She faints and only gains consciousness 2 days later, feeling sore, bitter, and hungry. She even imagines she had died. She is later rescued by Minik and Ekoitoi but still suffers bouts of pain, intensely painful headaches, and weakness. It is difficult to come to terms with the forcible circumcision. Tayo and Resian blame their father for wanting to please Oloisudori at the detriment of his own daughters. Their mother does not escape their ire. They think she is the embodiment of a bad wife and a mother. When a parent betrays their child, they cause the child grief. This you can find on the pages listed below. Olekailo betrays Resian when he agrees to marry her off against her will to a wanton criminal, that is Oloisudori, causing her untold misery. Oloisudori is a rich man who helps Olekailo by financing his business in Nasila and assists him in acquiring government contracts to supply agricultural products or inputs. He then demands to marry Resian. Olekailo had been retrenched from his job at Agribix Limited in Nakuru and had decided to relocate to his native Nasila to venture into business. Ole Kaila's mentor, Soin Ole Superior, warns him that Oloisudori was a corrupt criminal, a hyena, and a ruddy Higot. He cautions him to keep the amorous man away from his daughters. He does not heed the warning. Ole Kaelo knows that it is his duty to protect and educate his daughters, and it pains him to hand over them to a man they don't love. He foresees them crying forlornly and questioning the sincerity of his love and the reasons for his betrayal. However, he still chooses to betray and sacrifice Resian. He accepts cash and other gifts from Oloisudori. He vows that Resian has to be married by Oloisudori and is party to an evil scheme to abduct her in the event that she resisted. While Mama Milanoi feels they were betraying Resian, Olekailo feels happy and satisfied, especially after visiting her potential husband's palatial homes. As they drive past Egerton University, he feels Resian was foolish for choosing education over marriage to a wealthy man. Resian was speechless when it dawned on her that her father had sold her to Oloisudori. She feels it was a curse being born a woman in Nasila. She knew he disliked her, but never thought her own father could sell her. She cries in anger and outrage and accuses him of betrayal and hatred. She says it was better to die than marry her father's monstrous friend. He even slaps her with the view of intimidating her into bowing to pressure of his demands. Resian leaves his office and heads to Nasila River, where he contemplates suicide. He instead chooses to flee from home with the help of Larinkoe and embarked on a harrowing, daunting journey to Ntaare Naju, not knowing what awaited her. Resian surely suffers in the wake of her father's betrayal. Go and read further from these pages. Olekailo betrays his daughter Tayo when he fails to support her musical aspirations. Tayo loses trust in her father when he denies her permission to attend an extravaganza organized by an FM station. Tayo loves music. She has excelled in music festivals and been awarded and had been awarded many times. Broadcasting stations noticed her talent and encouraged her to pursue a career in music. Even her parents applauded her on many occasions so that she did not expect them to have any objection if she pursued the desire of her heart as a future occupation. An FM station offered her a chance to attend a music extravaganza in Mombasa and attend a short course later. Her father refuses to grant her permission, claiming rather absurdly that performing for money was akin to a lottery. It is evident that Tayo loves music. It was in her blood. She thoroughly enjoys the children's performance in Nasila. When her father denies her permission, it leaves her wound in her heart. She stubbornly tries to convince him but loses the fight. This betrayal leaves her seething in rage. And lastly, Olekailo betrays his daughter Resian when he refuses to send her to university. Resian is determined to join Egerton University. We are told when they are about to relocate to Nasila from Nakuru, she tells Tayo that she does not want to work at their father's shop. She wanted to join Egerton University to study veterinary medicine and be called Dr. Resian Kaila. She requests her sister Tayo to persuade him to allow them to return to Nakuru and enroll at the university in order to avoid being subjected to outdated traditions. She is not interested in Pamuat's cultural lessons. She only wants formal education which is universally beneficial to all. Her only hope was placed on Tayo speaking to their father, as their mother proved to be either impassionate or unwilling. She, however, chooses to remain optimistic, envisioning herself in Egerton University donning academic regalia. She rejects Oloisidori's gifts and hands them back, since her only ambition is to pursue university education. Her father refuses to allow her to join university. He intends to marry her off to Oloisidori, a man she deems a monster. She refers to him as Oloshushi, a reckless person, albeit a wild dog. Resian assertively declares that even if she was over 8 years old, she would still join university. It is painful for her to struggle, run away from home, suffer in Inkito in the hands of Akala's brute Olarinkoi before she finally joins university, courteously of total strangers Nabaru and Minik. She finds solace in the distant lands of Ndare Naju when her own parents betray and hurt her. In brief, or in conclusion, when family members fail to desert us, we suffer immense pain and hardship. Thank you so much for watching this long essay. I hope it helps you improve on your English. Kindly remember to like, to share please, and subscribe.